It's streaming already, just letting you guys know.
I'll let you know in 1 second.
That's false.
The cameras are already streaming. We know for sure, Commissioner Khan is not coming, because she excused herself. And I think that Commissioner Eister said he was probably going to be late. Yeah. Khan, Rabia.
Oh, she has a work thing, right?
Yes.
Just give another moment to see if other commissioners arrive. We should be starting soon.
Look at that.
Good evening, Commissioner.
It's almost like you planned that, Mina.
Right on time.
Did we hear from Karen?
Mm-hmm.
Karen.
Well, let's go ahead and get started. It's 6:01, so we'll get started tonight. Do you want to do the roll call for us?
Yes. Commissioner Edmondson,
Here.
Commissioner Khan is excused. Commissioner Torres,
Here.
Commissioner Phillips,
Here.
Commissioner Query,
Here.
Commissioner Crosby, Commissioner Eister,
Here.
Call the other one.
yes. I'm sorry?
Call the other.
Commissioner Watkins,
Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. Do we have any public comments? I don't see anyone, so we'll move on. Let's move forward with the approval of the minutes. We've had them for a couple of weeks now, and I hope everyone's had a chance to read over them. Is there any additions or changes that we need to make?
I'll second.
Thank you. Do we have any administrative updates?
Yes. Hello. Just wanted to catch you all up on a few things that are happening. It's almost like the school year hits and everything comes full force. So we have had an uptick in a number of folks who have walked in. We have a couple of both jurisdictional and non-jurisdictional complaints that have come forward. The non-jurisdictional, of course, gets sent up to PHRC. The jurisdictional we pursue here, and there are a couple in the works right now. This passed actually just today. I'm a little discombobulated because a few weeks ago, excuse me, we were asked to do a mediation for Delphia House with regard to the conflict that existed between two tenants towards a third tenant who was a trans woman. And of the two women who were really bordering on hate speech in terms of what they were saying to her, the one asked for a mediation, which Samara and I both participated in the mediation that really went well and was resolved. The other woman did not take part in the mediation, and actually the administrators decided to ask her to leave. She didn't leave, so they had to evict her. Then she's appealing the eviction, excuse me, which that was before the judge this afternoon, and I attended that and was a witness for Adelphia House. It was really distressing because it looks like this woman is probably going to be allowed to stay. And a lot of the things that she was saying bordered on hate speech, very diminishing, really derogatory towards the trans woman who is there. There was an issue of potential criminality in that she had threatened another tenant, but there was no, the police were not called and there's no record, so that could not be entered as part of the proceedings. So things are still a little bit in flux. We'll see how that goes. But it just speaks to, I really just want to give a shout out that Adelphia House and affordable housing advocates really put their best feet forward and did everything within their power to assure that their tenants have peaceful existence where they can flourish in that apartment. And so I will hopefully have other news for you at some point, but that's where we stand with that. So I wanted to share that with you. And because it was a court case, it's obviously public information. It's not something that we had to keep quiet. I'm trying to think. Our volunteer is becoming like this amazing youth collaborator, really working with the schools and a few other folks, including LaQuinn Thompson, who is here, in really trying to get our youth collaboration going. So that looks like it has a lot of potential, and hopefully by the beginning of the year, we will have a group together going forward. Trying to think of what else. As you can tell, I'm trying to just give you highlights because I know we have the training and I want to respect your time. What am I missing, gang? Anything else that needs our attention?
Nothing I can think.
No. We continue to work within the confines of the city to, I know one thing that does need. We were hoping that we would be able to present racism as a public health crisis by now. Our committee presented it to the mayor. The mayor had some edits that the committee is not necessarily in step with. The solicitor had some edits in order to protect the city from any potential litigation, which our committee is not necessarily in step with, because we want to make sure that voices are not being squelched, especially voices of color. So we are in a holding pattern with that right now. The committee that I work with around this resolution will meet again to discuss how to go forward. But unfortunately, it is not going to be voted on in the next council meeting, which had been our trajectory. So that is disappointing, but we are not giving up, and we will go forward. The other thing that I want to share with you is that you will be receiving over the next week a copy of an amended version of 185. If you recall, I had told you that HUD had made some suggestions with regard to the housing section of 185 to kind of catch it up to more of the federal standards in order for us to get re-involved with HUD. Now, what that means is that historically, if we meet HUD's criteria in terms of doing our eviction counseling and any kind of housing work, they will reimburse us, which means now we have a revenue. So we have been pursuing that, and Brett, our solicitor, put that together. The other thing that we're doing that is included in that is the source of income. And it now has source of income reflected as a protected class. So to catch you up on that, just to remind you what that means, is that source of income can no longer be used by landlords to refuse to rent. Now, they can come up with other reasons, but they cannot refuse third-party payments. They cannot refuse any kind of subsidies, et cetera. So the next course of action is to send you all a copy so that you can read that over, so we can have a more robust conversation at our next meeting. Also going to send it to the mayor, and also going to send it to the president and vice president of council, so that we can, Edwina has been up on this, but now that we have the document, and then hopefully once that goes through, once you all approve of it, then we can put it forward in council, have the amendments put forward, and then hopefully voted in the affirmative, and then we can pass that on to HUD. And again, maybe by the beginning of the new year, we'll be able to start bringing in some revenue to our little group.
So we'll be getting a copy of that in the next week or so to review. And then
Correct.
we would need to then approve it.
Correct. That's right. And it will come to you the way it goes to council. With the strikeouts of the previous information, you'll see some things have gotten moved around a little bit, and so you'll have plenty of time to be able to review that. Brett and I were going over that. I know she sent it to me this afternoon. I was not here, so I haven't reviewed it, so I want to review it before I send it to you. I'm hoping to get it to you actually by tomorrow. Okay? Questions? Oh, well, I didn't know if Mina wanted to do that. Do you want to report on our collaboration?
Yes, we have been working with Martin Library to have several programs. This last month, we worked with, it's not the Agency on Aging, it's the Trove Street, correct? Yeah. And hosted a program with them that Claire was a moderator for, and presented some information on that program. We also have a program coming up. As you can see, you should have a copy of it. We're hosting the event that had to be postponed earlier in the year. So we are moving forward with that event on November 9th, and would really appreciate seeing everyone out, although I will be on vacation and I won't be there. But we would like to see some representation from the HRC there as well. I think it's going to be a good event and a good conversation around that. We are also talking Martin Library with the HRC about them working with us to do some additional programming as part of our community conversation series that we're starting at Martin, to help to lend some support and making sure that we're meeting, the different varieties of the people in our community we need to be connecting with. So I'm really pleased that we're able to do that as a location, me putting on my Martin Library Director hat as a location in the community where those conversations can be had and had safely. So,
Thank you. Collaboration is the way to go. We continue to collaborate with the Stable Housing Collaborative, the Mental Health for Black and Brown Bodies Collaborative, the York County Homeless Coalition. The police department continues to collaborate and call us in. This is really critical. This is Commissioner Muldrow, who has made it his mission to call us in whenever there's a particularly potential controversial situation and include us in to make sure that they're not missing anything. So they've done that a couple times. Miguel went the last time to the last occurrence that happened in the community, and it's really that's a really critical collaboration, and we're really excited to be part of that. So that is my quick report for the evening. Yes.
And I also want to call out that the HRC has been meeting at the library with our Here For You tables for well over a year. Miguel has been there sharing information about people as they come in the library, and also has attended several of our events as well. So appreciate that.
Thank you. Questions?
Any other? Okay, thank you. Old business, I think we're going to, is there any other old business standing? Otherwise, I think we're going to go into our training under old business, and we'll have a couple items under new business when that's completed.
Mine, I was thinking, I didn't know if we wanted to broadcast this or not, or whether or not we wanted to finish the meeting and then do this. What do you think? Because this won't be seen.
That will be difficult to be
Yeah, they won't,
viewed.
yeah,
Why don't we do that and then go into an executive session
Okay.
for the training?
all right.
So, new business, I would like to bring to everyone's attention the fact that Kevin Watkins has missed 3 meetings in a row without connecting with us and letting us know that he would not be able to attend. So according to the Act 185, his service on the commission will be terminated. Because of that, we will connect with the mayor and let him know that that action is taking place, and it's something that's covered under 185. It's not something that we need to vote on, but I wanted to make sure everyone was informed of that. Okay. So I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting, and we can go into executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right.